Hello YouTube, the Eye of Stone here. We're continuing with the walkthrough of Thief the Middle Age, and the mission for tonight is tracing the Courier. Let's jump right in.
Lieutenant Mosley, out for a little stroll. Let's see where you take me.
So, I do not hesitate to thin the ranks a little bit. I'm not trying to make a massacre or a headache fest out of this, but you have to go all over the city, first following Lieutenant Mosley and then following the pagan agent, and staying out of sight of the city watch and keeping up with Mosley and the pagan. It is tactically sound sometimes to knock out the city watch. Other times, it's actually quieter to not take them down.
Who's there?
Especially if you have to end up using a flash bomb to take them down. This archer here is particularly annoying to sneak past, but we seem to have pulled that off okay.
Imagining things now.
Lieutenant Mosley is crazy. I don't think she ever takes the ponytail down. So you notice that I'm running from shadow to shadow, and that if there isn't shadow available, there's shadow available now, but if there isn't, I stay. And of course, let's not, forget the real priority, which is to make money. Never mind the fact that I might lose Mosley. We have to get the gold. But as I was saying, you see, she could have stopped and turned around and looked, and there's no cover, so she would have seen me. They can see pretty far, so if you don't have a shadow to hide in, like right here, you need to stay on the other side of a corner and listen for them to stop looking and start walking again. One of the two. It's the two ways you stay hidden from Mosley and the pagan agent. Of course, there's pockets to pick and apartments to break into and various items or arrows scattered about the level. It would be too simple if it were just a matter of following Mosley and the pagan and not being seen. I mean, they have to throw the city's finest out on the street.
Must be one of them grubbers again.
So you create a situation by upsetting the woman, and you solve the situation by incapacitating the police officer and taking the money. Well, it's a great way to solve problems. There are several routes that Mosley and the pagan will take throughout the level depending on how the mission loads. And you don't know which one you're going to get. It's all part and parcel of the emergent programming of the first two Thief games.
Who's making that noise?
For all that's said about how innovative the gameplay of Thief was, actually the emergent programming is, if you read into it, it's really pretty amazing how this game actually runs. So we have to wait till this bowwoman, whatever, on the left, till she's. See, we had to wait till we weren't directly in front of her. she had to be at an angle where it was questionable whether or not she saw us. In other words, Mosley was walking away from us, but she was walking towards us, so there was one good instant in which to lunge. This bridge can get tricky because there's city watch on both sides of it. There's some dedicated circuits pretty nearby.
Is someone there?
Take this guy out. And of course we have another city watch coming. So we have to take this officer out. Luckily, Mosley is gaining distance from us, so she didn't hear that flash bomb go off, and down we go. And I'm even making a small profit at this. Alright. This guard here is going to cause problems. I mean, try not to blind yourself like I just did, but there was a reason for that. Because, you see, she's there looking, and it's one of those situations where you simply have no cover. She'll see you a mile away. Meanwhile, he's gaining on our position, and you have no cover from him either. So the most efficient thing to do is to take him out on the other side of that corner where she can't see you while she's looking, and then by the time you're done with that, she isn't looking anymore, and you won't have anybody coming up behind you. So time your movement, time your attacks. Whoops. Doesn't take but one of those to lose the entire level. Okay, so she dropped it.
Somehow I doubt she dropped her note by accident. I better see what it says.
Alright, if you want to read this, pause the video. And if you want to read the second page, also pause the video. I'll leave it up long enough so you can pause it.
Let's see who comes to claim the note.
My OCD is getting the better of me. I want it to be just so. There. Now, while we wait, let's go in here. I don't like flares. I don't like flares, but I do very much enjoy these. We just scored an invisibility potion. We have plenty of time before the pagan returns, so I'll show you this corridor. You see there's these windows. Theoretically, you can watch the letter from up here. You can put out these torches and wait for the pagan agent to come retrieve it. Why you would do that from here, I don't know. It's probably just to add ambiance. Just to make the game immersive, which is fine. But I see no reason not to hide in this doorway here. Now this invisibility potion we just scored, this is gonna come in very handy later. Since it's just a freebie we scooped up off the streets. While we wait for the pagan agent to arrive, I want to just say that right now my sole priority for the channel is completing this walkthrough of Thief 2. I've been out of the loop for a long time. With this mission being done, I have 8 more to go. And, you know, I'm very serious about doing Thief 3, but, I have to figure out if this legacy machine I'm running can handle, you know, Fraps and handle Thief 3 at the same time, and you know, I've replaced the motherboard battery and the power supply and all that, but this machine is not going to last forever, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to keep Thief running on Windows 8 or Mac OS or whatever I ultimately go on to. For sure, I will get the Thief 2 walkthrough finished before this machine croaks, and who knows, I may even be able to proceed with the walkthrough of Thief 3, even if I have a newer machine. I'd like to do the walkthrough of Thief 3 on this old machine, just because I know it, but it's just a, you know, an update. For sure the Thief 2 walkthrough will be finished, and I'm optimistic about doing Thief 3 in its entirety, although it's going to be a little different, I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to be taking Thief 3 sort of more in the order I would like to take it, not chronologically. I also will be doing the city areas, but here comes the pagan. Now, he's faster, and it may just be my imagination, but I think he's also a little bit more tense than Mosley is. But it just might be my tension as opposed to any difference in the way they're programmed. This stretch is particularly difficult right here. There's one of several places he may stop, and there's just no good cover. He sometimes stops on that bridge to look. The City Knights. See, I'm almost losing him. But to play it stealthy means to play on the edge. This is relatively pain-free. There are worse circuits you could end up having to follow. Again, depending on how the mission loads. It's not always the same.
Think it's safe? Hard to tell. It's really safe anymore.
See again, even though it means going around that loud clanky sewer manhole, using the arrow to take out that torch, you gotta keep cover. Not gonna waste a second on that guy. And again, he's all the way on the other side of the plaza, but I gotta wait till he's around that corner. If I'm out in the light, he will see me. Mr. Archer will see me.
I think next time I better say no to that.
I never say no to a second mug of coffee. Ever. I don't say no to a fourth mug of coffee. Ever. Okay. This is a takedown.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3,
We darest not venture in there. Cemeteries are no place for the living to be treading about at night.
Perhaps we should return home and forge the backbone.
Why enter there? 'Tis the only exit, and thou didst hit him with thy bolts. If he dost not come out, then surely he hath bled unto death.
Very well. Quiet thy fearful heart, and we shalt remain here.
If you really want to play for stealth, you can deal with having those 3 mechanists sticking very close to this area where you need to be. And, you know, to foster your stealth skills, you may well want to do that, but for the purpose of this walkthrough, which is to go through the levels in their entirety, that invisibility potion, you know, was worth its weight.
A cemetery. That's original.
Secret exit. Now there's a piece of loot we're gonna go after here. Don't mind me.
Where did he go? Guess there must be another way out of here after all. Wasn't expecting that.
Okay, here's goals and stats, and I will see everybody next time for Trail of Blood.